Hi everyone, welcome back to Extra Time, Huddersfield Town's post-match show for the 2021-22 SkyBet Championship season as we've got underway here. A massive thank you, first of all, to our friends at Sportsbroker for backing us and allowing us to bring this show to you every single week. Huge thanks to the team at Sportsbroker. I'm delighted to say we've got another star-studded lineup for you today. Huddersfield Town club ambassador, legend, general all-round good guy, Michael Hefele is joining us for a second consecutive week. And I'm delighted to be joined by massive Huddersfield Town fan and, of course, radio guru from PopDab, Andy Lawson. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, chaps. Hef, we'll come to you first, if that's okay. Start of the SkyBet Championship season. We've started with a point at Derby County. We'll come on to everything that's happened in the week, but I suppose away from home to open the season, you can't sniff at the draw, can you?
Well, it's the start of the championship, so we can be happy with a point. But on the end of the day, we could have walked away from Derby with 3 points because it would be deserved. We looked like a strong side, and I'm pleased and happy to see the team to put away such a good performance.
Andy, would you concur with that?
Yeah, totally. I agree with Hef coming into today. It was a case of not 100% sure what we were going to see from Town. Then all the rumours maybe started about the kind of COVID situation and things going into today's game. So the fact that we've actually come into today, again, weird from Derby side too, but we come into today, we looked a really good, solid team. We look like we've worked on quite a lot of the things that we needed to from last season. So defensively, I thought we looked a lot more sound and things. So yeah, I would say overall, I would have fancied a win, don't get me wrong, but I'm happy with the 1 point we come out with today.
Give us an insight as the ex-footballer here is over 2 weeks now. How difficult must it be when you've prepared all pre-season, you have an idea of what the team's going to be, and then obviously you lose 4, pretty reassess what you're going to do, change the team. How difficult a situation is that as a player?
Well, it's a very, very difficult situation with all the circumstances around Huddersfield Town. We prepared and adapted to the situation very well, because when you see how Town is affected by the corona cases, then you have to say we have 4 strong lads still in the squad. The other 11 what started today, regardless, they put a great performance on the pitch. So I'm quite pleased. And as well, it's always like the first game of the season. Nobody knows where we are. How is the opponent? They said they have no players or whatever, Derby County. So you don't really know what the situation is there. They wanted to be in the underdog role, obviously. But it's hard, it's difficult. But like I said, we adapted very well. The lads who were on the pitch put a great performance, and most important, a togetherness on the pitch, which makes me feel very pleased. And I think for the whole football club is amazing to see a unit together with the supporters on the pitch.
It's something Danny Schofield just talked about in his post-match press conference as well, Hef. If I can stick with you, did you ever play a game where the head coach couldn't be there?
I can't hardly remember. I don't know. I think this never happens, but obviously it's a big hit when you miss your boss, and he does the whole pre-season, whatever. But you as you can see, we have a strong team behind the boss, Carlos, and they adapted as well, really well to the situation, and I think we can be proud.
Agree. Andy, if I can ask you, there were some new signings on display today. I don't know how much you saw of pre-season or not, but league football is always different. We saw Levi Colwill, Matty Pearson, Ollie Turton, then Daniel Sinani. I'm sure there's more that I've missed as well. Give us your thoughts on some of the new faces you saw in the team today.
Yeah, I did see some of the pre-season, David, and those who've come in have impressed me. I mentioned a little bit earlier about how I felt we looked defensively a bit more sturdy today. Again, I suspect with what happened, as we've talked about with the COVID, I think things maybe changed at the last minute for today, but I thought Matty Pearson looked immense. I thought Colwill looked really, really impressive. Sinani coming on toward the end, didn't really obviously get a chance really to see him other than dummying a potential free kick that Sorba delivered. But yeah, I feel we had places in the squad where we needed to to recruit. I feel like the defence was one of those places. And of course, we've not mentioned number 9, JR, which is good to see him back at Huddersfield Town as well. Obviously getting the penalty goal in the game last week in the cup. So yeah, again, good to see him. Looking forward to seeing him more in a Town shirt. And again, I thought up front alongside Danny Ward, I thought that's a combo that might work. That I like that.
Absolutely, Michael. We talked last week in the office, which I can say now. We were reminiscing about some of the games that you played in. I reported upon, and Cardiff away came up, and we talked about Cardiff's aerial power from set pieces and how difficult it was on that day in the promotion season. We saw the flip of that today. You can be as good as defending as you want, but if you've got a player in the opposite side that's 6'6" like Naby Sarr, sometimes it's just really, really impossible to defend against, isn't it? And no one was meeting that header apart from Naby today for the equaliser.
No, we said this in the office, my friend, that is important and crucial in the championship to get the set pieces right, to defend them proper, and obviously to score. Because when you have like a Soba Thomas, which impressed me today, like by bits for me, man of the match, every set piece was like extremely dangerous. When he chopped in his crosses, his passes, he had a very big impact in the game. And you can't really defend these set pieces, as you can see when Naby Sarr is coming in with his size, with his frame. The ball is perfect, and then you obviously will score when you have like such a player who has the ability to bring this ball so dangerous in. So I think this is like a strength from us. Could be a very good strength from us, and we have to use it more, because we got so many set pieces, so many free kicks. So it would be good to get another one, because Matty Pierce had a lovely header on it, and then we win this game 2-1.
Absolutely. I want to stick with you, Hef, as our defensive expert here. I know from your work with the academy in the last fortnight how important defending is to you. We played a back three today, and it's something we haven't seen in pre-season. Naby Sarr in the centre of that three. I thought that was one of his better performances in a Huddersfield Town shirt this afternoon. Not just the goal, but the defending too. Do you think that possibly that back three and playing as the central one in the back three could suit Naby and his abilities?
Well, definitely, because he's a big, tall guy. You know, to be in the centre is easier than to defend just the central area. You don't have to run in the channels, which is like, I don't really like it. You know, when the ball is behind your back, you know, and you have to defend like a winger, then it's like with his size, always like not so easy. So he looked defense very, very good. Offense, he scored his header. Before we conceded our corner, maybe we should be a little bit more clearer, just to clear it out, you know. Don't be afraid to just clear it, ball away, and here we go, throw in or whatever. It looks not nice, but at least you don't get a corner, or you don't get like something dangerous, you know. But apart from this, I think the back three looked solid and looked good, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree, Hef. Yeah, Andy, Hef mentioned Soba Thomas there. He's certainly the talk amongst supporters on social media after that game today. If you ask Soba, I don't think he would tell you his favourite position is left wing back, but he's coming in today. I thought he did a superb job, not only his set pieces, but in open play he was a threat. Really good battle with Nathan Byrne throughout.
Yeah, it's clear from pre-season that he really fancies his chances this year. I think he sees it an opportunity. As you say, I'm not sure he necessarily started in the position he thought he would start in today, but I think he sees that kind of right wing position as somewhere that he is going to make his own. I mean, today, of course, he ended up rather on the left side, as you say, but he clearly has put a lot of effort into pre-season. He clearly wants to be a part of that 11 on the pitch. So I thought his play from open play, I thought was very good. But as Hef said, I mean, those set pieces, it's been a while as a Town fan since we've had quite such consistent, you know, delight, if you like, that we are so threatening from those set pieces. I mean, the goal that we scored, Naby Sarr puts the ball in the back of the net, but it's such a perfectly placed free kick from Soba Thomas that's lined up behind Naby Sarr, 2 or 3 other Town players who were going to put it in. So I would say I've seen a lot of people say man of the match for Sorba Thomas. I'm putting my name there as well. Sorba Thomas for me, superb today. Really great performance.
Given where Sorba has come from, I think perhaps unfairly, some people will be surprised at the quality he possesses, because he's obviously come from a non-league background. Sorba, he was at West Ham United's academy as a youngster, but perhaps the lazy assumption would be that he wouldn't have the technical quality that you see on the pitch. And I think the set pieces, as you both mentioned, is a real example of that. You know, the consistency, and it's the pace on the ball. Hef, you'd love to attack those, wouldn't you, as a centre back? They're absolutely perfect for you. It means you have to do less when the ball arrives.
Definitely. You're excited when you get a set piece, when you get a corner. You're like, with a smile, I go now in the box. You know, I know absolutely bomb will come now in the box, you know, and you just have to put your head on the ball, and then hopefully it goes in. So it's a big positive what we saw today, and we just have to build on this, and Thomas have to show it again and again and again, because like I think when I spoke to him, you can see his hunger, his desire that he wants to perform, that he wants to show. He has everything to be a championship player, you know. So, and these are sometimes the most dangerous players. If you have this kind of people in your team with the mentality, maybe it's their last chance or something, you know what I mean? You know, coming not through the ranks clear. So it's always good to have this kind of characters in the team, you know.
Michael, I think in the promotion season, not the same background as Sorba, but we had plenty of characters, as you've explained there. I'm going to talk about one of your good friends, Elias Kachunga, that's just signed for Bolton. I remember speaking to Catcher when he first arrived, and he certainly felt like he had something to prove when he arrived in England. You can't have enough players who are really hungry to show what they are worth, can you?
Definitely. Elias showed it as well in the Bundesliga, but he should be much as a higher level, but he didn't get the praise so much in Germany. So he had a point to prove himself in England, and as well the other lads who arrived, especially me as well. I come from the third division, League One. Nobody put any bet on me, you know. So I had the same hunger and desire to show people that they are wrong, you know, and obviously use my chance then. So it's very excited to see this team, you know, and this togetherness. This was great to see. If we lose the ball, we straight away attack, you know, recover the ball, reactive pressure. Was amazing. Even Hoggy, he cleaned a lot of things in the midfield with some good tacklings, great challenges. So it was great as well. Scotty had like some great moments in the game. I just can remember when he had this cross and this turn, amazing ability. But this we have to perform now, week in, week out, and show everybody that we have like very good players as well. The link up play between Jordan and Wadi, I think they looked solid. You know, Wadi, he fixed the ball, he switched the side. Very good, and we can look forward to it. They were very aggressive in the chasing the ball, in the pressing, in the surprise press. So a lot of things to looking forward.
Yeah, completely agree. Andy, there's been a lot of talk around Derby County in the lead up to this game throughout the whole summer, in fact, with everything that's going on at this club. However, when you look at the starting 11 for Derby today, some real quality in there as well. We're talking about a point. There was certainly a feeling, as Hef has said, that we could have won today, but we shouldn't sniff at the point for all the things that are happening at Derby. There's some very good players in Derby's rank this afternoon.
Yeah, if you watch social media beforehand, like Town fans were, or even just general football fans were wondering what exactly, like squad-wise, Derby were going to put out on the pitch. And I think if you look at any team that's got the names like Tom Lawrence in it and Colin Kazim-Richards, that's a team that is going to potentially cause anybody issues. And then I've like seen Richard Stearman at the back. You know, we know what Steers can do. I'm liking his new hairstyle, by the way. I was modelling my hairstyle last season kind of on his, and I've had a haircut too, as you can see. Wow. And he's had a... There you go. Top knot. But also he's kind of, you know, so there's that kind of thing with their squad. Yeah, I know that it's an unsettling time for Derby. Clearly it's an unsettling time for Derby, but I suppose on a personal level, I didn't want to show them kind of that disrespect as well, because if you look at, and Hef will tell you, professional footballers are professional footballers, and they are going to go out and try and do their very best, no matter what kind of circumstance are going on. And they don't know what their futures around them of the club and things will be, but they're always going to be dangerous. So coming into today, like I said earlier, look, I'd have liked 3 points, but seeing what Derby put out on the pitch and things, actually I come out of today feeling quite satisfied with what we've done, and actually more hopeful for Derby than I was before 3 o'clock this afternoon.
I think you've made Hef's day by revealing your haircut there as well. So that's
there you go, Michael.
That took us all by surprise, Andy. Yeah, absolutely. Michael, looking beyond today, how much of a benefit do you think it'll be that we don't have the Carabao Cup game to play in midweek? Obviously, we could have had it after Derby and between now and Fulham, but we chose to play it last weekend. Given everything that's happened, the players we've lost that we might be without for a period next week, how much benefit do you think we'll have to really prepare the team going into Fulham without another game in between?
How you want to see this, if you come to the next round is obviously positive because like other players can have some game time, but from my personal perspective, it's good to focus on the league, to get fresh legs in, because there's so many games, and with the situation what we suffered now, is as well better to be out of the cup, to be totally honest, to just focus then on the game home against Fulham, because like then we can do something.
Absolutely, yeah. Before that, what do you think we need to work on, Andy? What did you like about today? What would you like to see develop, not just for Fulham, but as the season goes on?
I really like the togetherness on the pitch, the aggressive point of the game, as well the set pieces. We should be more clinical in front of the game, as well with Campbell. He should have scored it, so we have to be more clinical and have to have this killer instinct, when we got a chance to put it away. But other than this, I'm looking forward, because like the togetherness, the defending, everything was there, and we just have to keep the level, improve, and then it will be definitely positive.
Andy, would you echo that? Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I agree with Hef. I think the other thing as well is last season goals from open play was something that the Town as a team weren't always finding that easy. Let's be honest. I feel like having seen the game against Sheffield Wednesday last week, having seen pre-season, having seen today, I feel a bit like last season, we didn't create enough chances. So when one came, maybe whoever the ball was with maybe had to take a bit of a snapshot, so things were less likely to happen. Not obviously in all cases, but that was maybe a thing last season. If you create more chances, I imagine that Hef will probably say about this, but more confidence can come for those strikers. Oh, I've missed one, doesn't matter, next chance I'll get it. So I actually feel that ultimately we are going in the right way. We do seem to be creating more, and yeah, that makes me happy, and I feel like that's a real positive as we go into this new season.
It's nice as well, Andy, when you compare to last season. We're obviously missing 7 players in total today. You shouldn't forget Pippa, Orlando Aarons and Aaron Rowe, all who've shown themselves to be championship footballers. To have 7 players missing, 7 important players, and still have people to bring off the bench like Josh Karoma is a positive sign compared to last season, given the recruitment we've done in the summer.
Yeah, I feel our squad is significantly stronger than it felt this time last year, and I feel like we've learned from last season. But I also feel like we're being very clever as well with those players who maybe aren't as involved this year. So your Romani Edmonds Greens, your Romney Critchlows and things. We've sent them out, I believe, on intelligent loans. So I actually feel like the moves I've seen the club make this summer seem to be intelligent both for this season, but hopefully will help us to build. And then, as you say, Dave, I mean, look at the 7 players out. I mean, you mentioned Aaron Rowe. Immediately I smile at Aaron Rowe because, again, there's a player who's got the same sort of energy as Sorba Thomas and things. And yeah, I feel like we're at the start of potentially quite exciting and certainly improved on last year kind of season.
If there were 2,000 plus Huddersfield Town fans in the corner here at Pride Park today, good home attendance too. Now the league season is underway. How much are you looking forward to being at the John Smith Stadium next weekend and having a full set of Terriers in the stands and seeing those guys again?
Well, can't wait to be back in the John Smith Stadium, you know, to see all the supporters, all the energy, what we will need for the season. This will be our big strength as well, because with this togetherness, we can achieve something. You know, today we saw it, that the other players and the supporters made like a big impact, you know. We looked always like a threat. I had the feeling, you know, always good. So I can't really, say anything, because I'm looking so forward to the game, and with the supporters, they will have a huge influence on the team.
Andy, I suspect you feel pretty similar to Hefele.
Can't tell you how long it feels since I've been to the stadium and I've sat in my seat. I can still visualize everything about it, but I'm looking forward to not having to visualize it. That next weekend we're actually going to be there. We're actually going to have proper game of football in front of proper crowd of fans. I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be a really exciting time to be back at the ground next week.
Fantastic. A decent start to the season, I think we all agree. Michael, Andy, thanks so much for joining us here on Extra Time. Really appreciate it. A draw to get Town started in the SkyBet Championship season. Cannot wait to see everyone at the John Smith Stadium next weekend as we play Fulham. A massive, massive thanks to our friends at Sports Broker for bringing us Extra Time, or allowing us to bring Extra Time to you. A reminder, if you are watching us on YouTube, on HTTV, you can now listen to this and the pre-match press conferences, post-match press conferences on Spotify, on the club's channel. Search for HJFC Sounds. Likewise, if you're on Spotify already, we are available on YouTube too. Chaps, thanks so much for joining us. Look forward to seeing you both very soon. Andy, thanks for debuting your haircut here as well. Really special moment. And Town fans, thanks so much. We will see you next weekend.